Hi, today's video is a simple one. We're going to explore some of the most useful editing tools in ArcGIS Pro. Here are some examples. We have here buildings and trees, and we can start with buildings, and we can draw this building here, for example. Let's draw this one and next to it as well, since it has a courtyard in the middle. And finally this one, just as an example. Let's now explore some of the editing tools, at least the ones I believe are the most commonly used when we're vectorizing or editing vector elements. Let's imagine that these two buildings here are actually just one and we want to merge them. To do this, we can use the merge tool. First we need to select both elements, then we choose the merge tool. We can choose the field to preserve in the attribute table, and then we just click on merge to merge both buildings. The opposite can also be done. We can split these two buildings using the split tool. To do that, we select the element again and choose where we want to make the split. I'll pick this vertex and this one here, and then we just double click or press F2 on the keyboard to finish. Now let's imagine we had physically separated buildings, but when selected they only have one row in the attribute table. I will merge these two buildings here so you can see the example. As you can see, we can merge elements even if they are physically separated. If we want to separate grouped elements that don't actually touch each other, there is the Explode tool which allows us to make this kind of separation. To do that, go to Edit Tools and choose Explode. And just a reminder, the elements you want to edit must always be selected. If we select them again, we can see that each element is now separate and no longer grouped together. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that this building has a courtyard, which is the lighter rectangle in the middle of the building, and we're going to remove this part from the building, leaving an open space in the center. In Create Features, I'm going to select this element here and draw the courtyard. And to remove it from the building, we'll once again select the element we want to edit, and using the split tool again, we'll select what we want to separate, in this case the central rectangle. So we just pick the split tool and we edit this rectangle in the middle. Double click or F2 in the keyboard, then click on the select tool. Select this element, click delete, select again and delete, and there we go, we have our building finished. We can also explore the Edit Vertices tool, and as the name suggests, it allows us to edit, add or even remove vertices. So if we select this element, for example, we can right click on any of the edges of the polygon and add vertices. And we can also move them around. And finally, we can also delete a vertex by hovering the mouse over any vertex and right-clicking to select Delete Vertex. Here, in the editing tools, we can also create buffers. We can select any element and define the buffer size, the number of rings, and whether it should be dissolved or not. I'm going to choose 5 meters just as an example. To wrap up this video, I'll finish by showing the Move tool, which can be super useful when we need to draw the same element multiple times. I'm going to draw one of these trees once with a circle, and to avoid having to draw it over and over again, since I want them to always have the same size, we can simply duplicate and drag using the Move tool. To do this, we select the tree, click on Copy, and then Paste. And then selecting the Move tool, we can move the tree around. So we just need to drag into the right position. You can also use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to quickly copy and paste, and keep moving the elements to their correct positions. Thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment what you want to learn next.